Hello YouTube, this is Alexander again, and today is kind of discovering day because I have this little device on the bench which is a HART communicator, and this communicator is able to talk and to exchange some information with those kind of device. This is a very common tools you can find on factory and some power plants and etc. So I make this video to talk about this because before to have it, I was wondering about a lot of things concerning this kind of device, but it was very difficult to find any information of it. I wrote some comments, some question to the manufacturer to this device, and I think it was just the seller, not the manufacturer, so the response was very trouble actually. So now I have it since few days, and I take some time to see how it works, and I have something to tell, because if you are like me wondering some stuff, and if you are wondering if this device can be helpful for you, you just have to look at this video, because probably you have some question you was wondering, and maybe you have the solution in this video. So first of all, I want to tell that this device is not very expensive according the possibilities you can have on this little device. It's very inexpensive. Inexpensive means something like $370. But of course, if you compare this to a real industrial HART transmitter, HART communicator, when it's really industrial and made by a special manufacturer, it costs about $7,000 until for BMX, because we have a commercial coming in our company trying to sell us a BMX. Of course, this is not the first BMX he's trying to sell to our company, but I'm the responsible for the cost of this kind of device, because I'm the meteorologist on this area, and it was in my responsibility to buy a very good tool to work with for me and for my colleague, of course. But I'm very responsible with this device because I had to choose HART communicator, but a full one with all options costs something like $25,000. To be honest, I didn't want to, even if I'm not the who was going to pay that amount of money, I don't want to be responsible to spend so much money for a device which can be very easy, because the area when I'm working is a very simple area, and this transmitter is destined to stay in this area. So I think it's not worth to have something very expensive for the use we have of this stuff. So of course, if you buy a very expensive tool like that, like $475 or BMX costs $25,000, but you can have a lot of adjustment on it, and for the use we don't need so much with a lot of feature. We just need zero, some ranging, the roots and the square on the some transmitters who needs some root square on it, according the flow meters, because a simple transmitter don't need the root actually. So I want to talk about this device because it costs only $370, and it can save you a lot of money if you just need a very basic feature. Actually, even if this device is not so expensive, it can permit to you to have a lot of feature. It can give you the abilities to provide any voltage you want in input or output, to read and to simulate a voltage in entry, or to read a voltage. And also this range is able to work with a millivolt range. Millivolt range are destined to simulate some sensor like a thermocouple. For the instance, for the most easy instance, you can simulate thermocouple. Also, this little device is very used to read current according the process, because those kind of transmitters work with 4 and 20 milliamp, which is the full range, which are able, those devices working and transmitting any information to the control room. So this little device is able to provide an artificial current, and also read a current in out, get in and getting out. Also, this little device, which is the size of a little Game Boy, actually, it's very little, it's impressive, very little, okay, it's not so heavy, but a little bit heavy. I think it's very, very compact, I think. Okay, also this device is able to simulate RTD, which is PT100. It also able to simulating it and reading and simulating it, which is very nice actually. PT100 or PT1000, 1000. Also, you can have on this device all of the thermocouple you need to read or to simulate. All of the thermocouple. And also it has the ability to read frequency or generate frequency for switching and counting, okay? And it also able to simulate a PID controller. And I think this feature is very useful for some students which can be interested to simulate a PID on the bench, to understand how it can regulate, and how to choose between PID to provide the best regulation process. So, of course, maybe if you are looking this video, you are wondering a lot of things, like I was wondering also. And first of all, you need to know that this device is very easily communicating with Rosemont process, with Rosemont transmitter, okay? Because I think Rosemont had invented the ART system, but I'm not sure, I don't remember actually. So it's very easy to get in those kind of device, because Rosemont it's very easy to communicate in ART. So we are not wondering if this device is able to work with that, because on the advertising on the site of this device, you can see a Rosemont transmitter connected to this device. So I made a lot of tests, because I have on my company a lot of transmitter, and I can tell you that this device is able to communicate with Rosemont, Andres Hauser, ABB, pressure and temperature, Yokogawa, and guess what? It's able to communicate with VEGA transmitters. VEGA transmitters are nearly impossible to communicate with ART communicator, because they have sometimes their own process, their own protocol, which not permits easily to communicate with them. Sometimes you need a special box which needs to be connected to a computer, and you can communicate and make some adjustment on your VEGA transmitters with a special pocket which cost a lot of money, etc. And sometimes you can have a front panel on your VEGA transmitter, but sometimes it's better to have a console like that to communicate. And this little MR9270S+HART Mr. Signal, coming from Mr. Signal on AliExpress, is able to communicate with VEGA system. VEGA system are very accurate, very, I think this technology is very impressive. Actually, they are able to make radars and some incredible working transmitter just with a little amount of energy, and VEGA are very expensive and impressive. So my main wondering was about this VEGA. I was absolutely sure that this device cannot communicate with VEGA, but I will show you in the prequel on this video that this device is able to communicate with VEGA. So you just need, of course, on this device to have internals and externals connectors. If you need to read an information, you need to use those plug, and if you want to send some information, you would need to use those plug. Of course, this is a very easy explanation, but this is basically how it works, okay? So I noticed some discrepancy, maybe something I don't understand very well, because there is here input negative and input positive. But if you want to connect this on a transmitter, you need to know that this input negative is the positive, okay? So for the instance, let's switch on. You have to push the button on the bottom, and you have here the screen, and I guess you probably have a good view of it now. So I'm not going to play with the current out and the current in or voltage. You can see here you have current out, current okay, you have to choose. You have some temperature here to choose what you need to know in input and output. You have here some input selection. Okay, but I'm not very interested by that. So you can choose this temperature within, and if you are interested, you have to put out. If you want to work with input and out, you can choose here milliamp, voltage, XMT. You can choose RTD, ohm, hertz, millivolts. You can choose to play with voltage here. So, but what I want to show you is the FN button, okay? FN button, you have this kind of screen, and of course what you need to do to communicate with your transmitter is to choose the ART button. The ART button is chosen, and you have to push this button to enter in, okay? Now you have this screen, and it shows you general supply 24 volt built-in 270 resistor. Okay, now I want just to attract your attention on this little area, and I made some schematic. Okay, so now this device is this one, okay? It is a little draw, okay? When you need to connect your pocket, this is okay, because we call this very familiar with the name of pocket, okay? When you connect your pocket to your devices, sometimes if your distance is not enough because the cable are short between the transmitter and the control room, you will not have enough resistance on the cable to communicate properly with this device. So you need to put in serial with the power supply this resistor. Okay, it's permit to you to increase the internal resistance of the power supply coming from the control room to permit to your device to have a fluctuating bit on those lines to communicate with the transmitter. Okay, there is another figure, and on this kind of figure, sometimes when you cannot communicate with your transmitter because the cable are too much shortened like that and represent resistor too much low, you can put artificial resistor like that between 250 and 270. But if you don't have this resistor on your pocket, you can use the resistor integrated in your pocket, and this is what is this line, okay, built in 270R. So you can just open the line and put your pocket in serial with the loop to communicate with your transmitter. But if you cannot communicate even all those way with your transmitter, you just have to cut your line and connect your transmitter directly to your pocket and make and adjust your pocket to positive supply with HART incorporated to your transmitter. And this is what we are going to do now. So here you have on the screen rated ready, okay, but we need to choose the supply 24 volt, okay, supply 24 volt, and with this button we need to turn on the 24 volt, okay, like this. And now we just wait a little bit, and you will see this transmitter switch on. You can see the transmitter switch on, and you have a minimal current on this display. So now you need to communicate with HART protocol on it. So you have the touch polling and by address, okay. Just push polling. He is looking for the address 00, and he will find something. He will find this the name of this device, and if you push the button here, enter for continue, you will have some information and some features and accessibilities of this transmitter. If you look in the first screen, you will have all the process variable in this transmitter, okay. And also you have a very interesting touch. This is the PV0. The PV0 you can choose by, you can see the slash. You can see the slash here. And by choosing the slash, you can choose the value where you want to put the 0. Okay. For the instance, if I put the slash on the first line, which is the pressure, I can make a 0 of the pressure without touching the milliamp. Look at this. I tell yes, and it will make the 0 about the pressure. Okay. Now, if I want to put the 0 on the milliamp current, I do the same, but just put the slash on the second line, and I will make the 0 again. And yes. And now you have a perfect 4 milliamp on the current setting, and you can see here the current value, and this is 4 milliamp. So I think, except if I'm wrong, but I think I'm okay. If you displace this little slash, you can choose the line you will put the 0. Okay, so you switch, you push the return, and you have here output test. Okay, output test is some feature to test your devices on many points. Okay, if I want to know if the internal electronic is okay, I can choose any value on this pocket and see and put enter, like 16 milliamp, and I ask to the transmitter to send 16 milliamp to the circuit, and this is exactly what you have here. And also the display will tell you then he is on test mode, and he is sending 16 milliamp. Okay. Okay, so you have to cancel and you have to return. So if we go to parameter, you will see the range. Okay, the range can be chosen to make the good process working, and also you can use the unit. In this case, the unit is on bar, but you can choose millibar. And also, very interesting thing is the output linear. The linear function is something very interesting when you are adjusting a flow meter, and on very basic devices like that, you will not have this feature. So this device is very inexpensive, very basic, but it has the linear function, which makes this device absolutely incredible for the price. So for one of you who didn't know these devices, I can tell you this is dumping, and the dumping is very interesting when you need some soften the signal. Okay, and here you have some information about the origin of the sensor and the range it's able to work with. Okay, and what do you need to know about this device is, of course, it cannot provide to you all the requirements to check all the information. For the instance, if I want to convert a RTD converter to a thermocouple, you need to go on some menu like that and change RTD to thermocouple, and this device is not able to do that. Okay, you cannot replace fully $25,000 or $7,000 HART communicator, which a device like this. But if you are working with a very simple and basic adjustment like zero, like something, some to choose some range, it's very interesting. And of course, even if you're not very happy with those kind of features, don't forget that this device is able to simulate all thermocouples or RTD. It's able to read milliamp. It's able to simulate milliamp. This device is absolutely amazing for the price. And if you have some team with you, you can purchase a device like this for all of your colleagues, and it's very easy to have this on your pocket, and you don't have to split your main HART communicator in half to adjust your process or your transmitter. Okay, the main question about that is if this device is able to communicate with VEGA system, and yes, this device is able to communicate with a VEGA system, and it's absolutely incredible. So if you have a doubt about it, you can choose this device and buy it. You will not be disappointed with this. And if you are interested, it's working with a AAA battery inside. Let's dismount it, okay? This is the new version, because the old version works with 2 lithium cell, and this one work with, let's dismount it, so you will have all the information you want. So it's switch off. This is a little screw, okay? So you will have here this integrated lithium cell, which is very nice actually, because $2,500 milliamp. Okay, this is a 4-volt cell, and it's not triple A, it's just double A. Okay, you can put some very classical battery on it. This is double A batteries, very easy to find, very inexpensive, all on the same sense. And you can see the connector. Okay, it's very nice to have this. I think this is a good bargain for the price, and if you are wondering about that, I can tell you, for you and your team, it's a very nice thing to have, because it's not so expensive. If you are comparing that to $25,000 BMX transmitter pressure reader, it's absolutely incredible how this kind of equipment are expensive. So it's all of today. I hope you like this video. It was Alexander again, and see you soon.
Kau, j'ai failli me faire casser ça.
VEGA, Andreas Hauser, thermomètre ABB, Rosemont, Yokogawa, capteur de pression ABB.